Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Royal Instinct. Today we are going to be watching a couple videos. I got the idea because I kept seeing cats and dog videos pop up on my feed, and it got me thinking, why are these videos so popular? So today we are breaking down why cat and dog videos are so addictive, and we'll try and look at a few videos explaining the psychology behind it. Okay, my theory is basically, you know. Um, Cats and dogs, animals in general, are very honest. Okay, they are they have no gender, right? They are going to tell you how they feel. They are, in essence, communicating honesty. Okay, which is especially in the modern world, is something that we lack. Okay, we lack trust in our society. We lack the ability to relate to one another, and where humans fail, these animals come in and offer a slice of honesty, a slice of trust, a slice of respect, which many people are lacking. Okay, there's a reason why they say a dog is a man's best friend. Okay, because a dog's never going to let you down, unlike many humans, especially in today's world, a world that is more and more isolated, a world where people are becoming lonelier than ever. There is a big loneliness epidemic across the globe, exasperated by the internet, exasperated by global elites who are, you know, making life harder and harder, right? All you gotta do is look at the World Economic Forum and see what their agenda is, Agenda of 2030, what they have planned for us as humans. Okay, they want you locked up, isolated inside your room so that you are easier to control. And animals offer a reflection in terms of just honesty, right? Which is and authenticity as well. Okay, especially cats. Cats are going to behave how they're going to behave. If they don't like you, they're going to ignore you, right? They're going to be nonchalant, which is why many people are attracted to these animals. But let's jump straight into the first video, which will be this.
We all love cats, don't we? Okay, maybe not all, but we all like cat videos for sure, right?
Yeah, I mean cats are just natural, okay? They're not doing anything in particular, anything funny on purpose. When you observe a cat and its own curiosity that it explores throughout your house, you're watching somebody who is in their life purpose, okay? And people find that very attractive. People find that very appealing, okay, to see somebody explore the world around them, to do whatever they fucking want, right? Cats don't give a fuck. That is why cat videos are so popular. That is why they are naturally funny, because they are being themselves, right? If they fall down, if they slip up, if they mess up, right, they're not embarrassed. Okay, they're not embarrassed. Okay, so their reaction is truthful. It is something that you can rely on, the honesty of an animal over a human.
हम सभी लोग कभी ना कभी तो cat videos पर जरूर अटके हैं. I to go back again and again on certain videos, like this one.
Guess what? Fuck you, that's what.
You know, cats are one of the most searched keywords on the internet. But what is the reason behind this behavior? Well, of course, cats are adorable, but that's not all.
Yeah, humans are naturally attracted to things that are cute, right? Like especially like a kitten, a cat, with its big eyes, it's fluffy fur, a puppy, for example. Okay, humans, we kind of have this innate instinct to look after something that is cute. Okay, and it's built into us because, right, for example, when babies are made to look cute because we naturally want to look after it. Okay, it's got these big cute eyes, a cute face, because it kind of makes your heart melt. Okay, that is built into our DNA, and it is transferred onto all animals that we want to look after, that we have domesticated in society.
There's a whole lot of psychology involved here. YouTube पर cat video search करोगे ना, तो you will get over 2.5 crore results. That's more than what you will find for famous celebrities and public figures. In fact, cat videos receive.
Yeah, we prefer animals, cats and dogs, over celebrities because you can trust them. You can't trust your fucking celebrity, can you? We can't even trust the politicians that we elect to be in power, to have who should have our best intentions. Okay, they are dragging us into wars that no one has asked for. Okay, they are causing global issues, right? This is why we revert back to, looking at cat videos and dog videos, right? Because they are you know a a a a type of stress relief for us, right? When we watch a cat video, right, we are totally engrossed by it. Okay, there could be famine and wars going on around the world. Okay, but we are, our attention is taken over because it is something that makes us less anxious. It is something that alleviates depression. Okay, it's something that makes us enjoy life. Okay, because a cat or a dog is just living its life. Okay, and we kind of look at it in a sense of awe. We look at it in a sense of kind of envy as well, if you really want to think about it, because they are able to switch off, be in the moment, right? This is what all the you know Buddhist monks will tell you. This is what the all these great meditators will tell you, right? To meditate so that you can be present to the moment, so that you can really live life as it's happening, right? But cats and dogs just do it naturally, okay? Because that is deeply ingrained in their nature, okay? That they are able to feel their emotions, act accordingly, and explore the world through their natural curiosity.
More views per video than any of YouTube's other content categories. Those are thus made, it was estimated that there were some 130 crore cat pictures on the internet. आज वो number 650 crore से ज़्यादा है. Average JPEG.
Yeah, it just makes sense. If something if something brings you more peace in the world, right? You're going to be looking at it, looking at cat videos, funny dog videos. I mean, there's many, animal influencers, pet influencers now, who are world famous, where the owner just literally videos them, walking around the house, and they put that on the internet, and it gets hundreds and thousands of views because it is something that we find interesting. Let's jump into this other video here.
At work or at home, you probably sometimes just grab your smartphone to check your Instagram, your Twitter, your Snapchat, or even YouTube videos. It has been estimated that the average person spends 1 hour per day on cyber slacking. And since you're watching one of my videos, you probably know what I'm talking about. But of all those videos that have been posted on YouTube, cat videos are the most popular ones, with an average of 12,000 views per video. Meanwhile,
That's crazy. Think about it. 12,000 views per video just by watching somebody be in this life purpose. Okay. And that is what this channel is about, right? We are here uncovering the truth of how you can become a world leader, how you can become somebody who is in the life purpose. Okay. Obviously, human nature is totally different to cat nature or dog nature. It is totally different to these pets. However, there is some truth to it that you need to be doing the thing that you were put on this earth to do, right? A cat's gonna cat, a dog's gonna dog, but you're a unique human. Okay, you need to be in your life purpose, right? And the way that we do it here on this channel is we uncover your life purpose by becoming a subject matter expert. Okay, you need to explore and go further into the thing that that you find most interesting, the things that come easy to you. Okay, you need to become a master at those things, a subject matter expert, so that you can build authority, right? So that you can be seen as a point of authority, so that people naturally will defer to your expertise. But we go one step beyond this. Okay, we start crowning ourselves kings. We build kingdoms. We come up with new solutions to guide humanity to a new evolution, okay, to the next phase of human evolution, because the elites, the people in charge right now, cannot be trusted. They are not doing a good job. They do not have the best interest for most people, which is why we are leaving the system. We are establishing new nations all across the globe. We are buying private islands to escape and to become the new ruling elites, right? If you find this interesting, if you want to be part of it, you need to get rid of the self-doubt that is holding you back and fully unleash your personality onto the world. And if you are somebody who is a subject matter expert, if you are in the field within your zone of genius, within your life purpose, things will come naturally to you. It will be easy for you to rise to the top, be seen as an expert, be seen as a point of authority, become the new leader of your subject, of the world, because people will follow you. People need leadership. You need to be the leader that you need, and you need to become the leader that the world needs.
well, my most popular video doesn't even have that amount of views, so if you would like to press the subscribe button, I would be very grateful. That being said, I'm going to explain you why we like cat videos. Welcome to Brains Applied. Studies have found that people are willingly to consume social media to change their emotional state or to maintain their positive one, often unconsciously.
Yeah, I mean, there is so much negativity. There is so much. There's so many issues in the world that many people feel overwhelmed by what is going on in the world right now. Okay, and if you think about it, the last few years especially have really rapidly increased the amount of fires that are around the world. And I don't mean literally fires, I mean just like issues that are going on, okay, simultaneously. AI is coming, right? Wars in, Russia, Ukraine, Iran, all across the globe, Israel, Palestine. Like it is just absolutely out of control. Okay. And things seem to be escalating and getting worse and worse and worse, right? Like you would hope that, we are so far into human civilization, into human evolution that, that we could come now to a point where we can really control these things. But the people who are in charge are steering us down a dangerous path, right? The tech CEOs, the people in charge of AI, really, they're worried about it, yet they're still going down this route, okay? Because it can really cause it's going to absolutely, turn the state of the world upside down, right? And especially people like Sam Altman, they want to worship AI. They want AIs to become the new god, to rule over humanity and tell humans what to do, right? And here on Raw Instinct, we want to keep autonomy. We want to remain free, okay? And the best way to do that is, but you have to give up the system that is currently oppressing you. You have to get yourself out of the place where you live right now, and establish a new kingdom, establish a new nation. Be somebody who is, the leader of the first mover advantage that we are creating. Okay, become a leader. Here on Raw Instinct, I'm here to find like-minded people. Okay, this channel is not about me getting millions of views like a cat or a dog. It is about me finding, just 100 people, okay, within the whole globe, within 10 billion people all across the globe, bring 100 people together who understand what I'm trying to say, who understand what it is that I'm trying to do, who want to be a part of a new movement, okay, to establish a new system to save humanity, right? Because where we are headed right now, okay, it is going to, cause massive amounts of turmoil all across the globe. Many people will suffer. Many people will find it very difficult to get jobs in the future, to, support themselves and their families. And before that happens, before you fall deeper into depression and despair, before you really and truly lose all hope, okay, before your future is absolutely annihilated, I want you to go on your own hero's journey, okay? I want you to rise to be a king. I want you to establish a kingdom, right? And the best way to do that is, like I said before, become a subject matter expert, okay? Be in your life purpose, be in the zone of genius that you are meant to be in. And that way we will be able to come up with new solutions, new creative solutions. Me, you, and the other 100 kings here at Royal Instinct, the Amichis that I'm building, the Royal Alliance of Kings that I'm forming, join us and become the hero that the world needs.
That's why you look at your Instagram so often. You know it's relaxing and fun, and you know that it will make you feel.
Yeah, people are so stressed out, and they're turning towards social media to alleviate stress, to distract them from the real problems in their life. Okay, and when you watch a cat video and a dog video, it truly, it's a moment of bliss for many people. Okay, it's a moment, like a puppy or kitten, doing something cute will kind of melt your heart, right? It will melt your heart. It will make you feel human, right? You'll be able to transmit some emotion in a very, very depressed world, especially if you are going through depression, if you are somebody who is going through loneliness, if it's difficult for you to make friends, if you've lost all hope, something as simple as a cat video or a dog video will bring you much joy. And if you are using somebody who's using those types of videos to bring joy into your life, great, right? But go one step further, allow it to kickstart you into taking action, into you becoming a leader, into you becoming the leader that the world needs, so other people can find hope through your actions.
Feel better, so you just do it. And that's a proven theory that is called the mood management theory. The question is, of course, how does this translate to cat videos? Why are they so fun? Let's go back to the research about why we keep pets. Historically, we would have held dogs for herding or to guard our properties, and we would have kept cats to protect our food from mice. But why do we keep pets nowadays? One theory states that we just like it because we are social beings and imitating other people with pets makes us feel good. The best evidence for this theory is the extent to which some cultures, some groups of people, differ in the frequency of pet keeping. Some cultures prefer cats or dogs, while in other cultures people don't like pets at all. On top of that, people in Western cultures tend to see pets as social beings with human-like characteristics.
For many people, especially if they are lonely, a cat, becomes dependent on you, right? A dog becomes dependent on you, right? So then there is at least a reason for many of these people to live because they have to look after their pet. Okay. Some people may look down upon this, some people may, make fun of this, but everybody needs a reason to live, right? And everybody has a reason to live. Okay. But many people get so, crushed by the world. Okay, many people are suffering from depression, many people are pushed down, kicked around so much and abused by the world that they turn inwards. Okay, they end up, kind of becoming a homebody, staying indoors, isolating themselves from social situations. Okay, they have social anxiety, because dealing with humans and other people can be stressful. Okay, it can cause many people a lot of anxiety, where this is where they kind of bring in pets to replace human interaction for themselves. Okay, so that they can still experience, being part of the world, being around something that is living. Okay, but that's not going to judge them, right? Somebody who's not going to make fun of them for their quirks, right? Somebody who is who needs them and will love them unconditionally. Okay, this is why people get dogs, right? They've been burnt by relationships in the past. Okay, friendships, relationships, other humans in the world, and a dog is totally dependent on you. It will totally embrace you as part of its family. Okay, and it will shower you with affection and love, which some people can never get from humans. Okay, because they are so withdrawn, because they have been absolutely destroyed by society, and just the way that the world works. Okay, there's no hidden agenda with a dog or a cat. It is absolutely a joyous occasion for many people, and it allows them to go on. It gives them the energy and the hope to carry on, and live another day so that they can provide for their pet.
And we treat them as such, which makes us feel good because we are social animals after all. And according to the media equation of Reeves and Nass, people tend to react to computers and their content as if they were real.
Yeah, because a lot of time, obviously, if you're watching a video online, okay, through a screen, if you're watching something on your phone or on your laptop, you know that this is a video that you're watching, okay. But there are parts of your brain which, that are so ancient, they can't really differentiate from, the fact that this is a screen or that you're kind of consuming this in real life, right? Because your brain is using your eyes and your senses, your ears, your mouth, you're using your senses to take information out from the real world and feed it back into its brain so that it can process it and make meaning of it, right? So if you're watching a cat video, your front, your frontal cortex understands that this is a video that you're watching, okay, but your amygdala, your lizard brain, in essence, okay, your reptilian brain, the ancient part of your brain, which sits kind of deeper inside your head, it kind of can't differentiate from that. Okay, so it releases the same type of hormones it would, as if the pet was there in front of you. Okay, so you kind of are able to gain a boost in serotonin, in oxytocin, in dopamine by watching these videos, and it can relieve a lot of anxiety in people. It can bring about a reduction in stress and depression.
Experiments, for example, show that just like with people, extrovert people prefer extrovert computer programs, while introvert people prefer introvert programs. The personality of the computer was in this case changed through the language that it used. The phenomenon occurs automatically, and it implies that videos, just like real pets, can improve our mood. I was able to find 2 studies who tested this hypothesis, and they have found that cat videos indeed make you happier and, as a consequence, more eager to work hard, more creative, and more curious to learn.
I mean, if just by watching a cat video, it can make you more creative, happier, right? Reduce stress, okay, make you want to learn, right? Boost your mood, right? This is a great thing, and this is why people are so addicted to it, okay? It allows them to get back in touch with their true nature, their true emotions. It allows people to, reduce the stress in order for them to give them a moment of relief so that they can go forward, so that they can get back to other tasks, so that they can live a better life, okay? And this is why many people have pets, okay? It brings a different type of joy into their life, okay, especially in a world which is becoming more and more isolated, which is becoming um less living in physical reality, and everything is moving more online. People are more by themselves, and this is what the elites want. This is what they want from you. They want to isolate you and have you depressed, okay? And for many, this watching cat videos and dog videos is a way for them to alleviate that stress.
And this also means that cat videos re-energize us and make us more attentive during our next task. We especially like cats and puppies because of their cuteness and big eyes, which makes them somewhat similar to babies. It has been suggested that we have an evolutionary trait that makes us more caring for something or someone that looks cute.
Yeah, there is a part of human nature where we have to be around other people. Okay, we need to be part of communities. We need to be surrounded by friends and loved ones. We need to be we need to feel meant. We're supposed to feel love and be wanted and needed. Okay, and we are supposed to help one another. We're supposed to feel empathy for one another, right? But the modern world is creating a reality where less and less people are able to be empathetic towards each other, because we're all kind of in this rat race where we are trying to one up each other, where we are trying to, essentially a race to the bottom in order to make as much money as we can at the expense of everybody else, right? So we aren't able to make real connections with one another. And for many people, pets replace that sense so that you can feel like you are part of the world, that you are part of your own little community, between you, your family, and your pet. Where your pet is part of you, your family, part of your extended tribe. Um, and the fact that you can care about somebody else, like a dog or a cat, and the fact that that cat and dog is reliant upon you taking care of it, really fulfills a role in many people, especially if people can't have children. If people don't have children, it is a great way for them to fulfill that part of their life, a part of that part of their soul, that they can be wanted and needed by somebody else.
So babies as well as tiny animals. But are there any disadvantages to watching cat videos? Yes. Watching cat videos is a form of procrastination. After a draining day at work or at school, you may start to procrastinate because you don't want to do.
I mean, everything these days is a fucking form of procrastination, right? Like, if you are watching videos on your phone, if you're playing video games, if you're watching porn, if you're taking drugs, binge drinking, like, everything is a way for you to escape your reality, to escape your life, to escape your world, and retreat into a safe place, okay, where you can relax, where you can feel safe, where you can feel in control of your life, okay? And watching a cat video and a dog video is a form of procrastination, because for a moment at least, you get to switch off from your problems, from your life, okay? Many people don't enjoy their life, right? Which is a sad state of affairs. But instead of procrastinating, instead of using this as a form of escapism, you have to realize that the world is getting worse and worse and worse, okay, and the problems around the world are going to you know, get worse, right? The elites, the governments, the people in charge of the world, okay, wherever you are across the globe, um, they kind of want things to get worse, because that way they stay in power, that way that they you know, can manipulate you into doing what they think is right, okay, and they're really just lining their pockets. They are just you know, really trying to maximize the amount of resources and money that they can siphon off, okay, into their own pocket at the expense of you and everybody around you, okay. As inflation is out of control, as people are going through a cost of living crisis, many people will suffer, many people will find it harder and harder to live in this world, right? With AI coming, taking away jobs, you know, many people will be unemployed, and they kind of want that scenario to happen so that you become more reliant on the government, so that they can tell you what to do, and they will steer you down a dark and dangerous path, okay, for their own agendas, whatever it may be. You know, but it's not a great thing, right? This is why, before we get to that stage, okay, it is a short window of opportunity that we have, but we are trying to create new nations for people to escape to, okay. Here at Raw Instinct, we are becoming the new leaders, we are becoming the new people in charge, okay. We are crowning ourselves kings and establishing kingdoms where we, you know, can live a life of freedom, okay, and people who follow us, people who want to be part of our kingdoms, you know, they will get to enjoy a great world that we build, a great world that you know, we will offer an alternative to the people, okay, because we are the ones who truly care, because we are the ones who really want people to succeed, okay, because we are good people. And you know, it is time for good people to be in positions of power, for good people to be in charge of the world. That is what we're doing here. We are raising armies to defeat the evil elites, okay, to take over, and we will be the new de facto rulers of the world.
The annoying stuff that you still have to do. And this is bad because procrastination and internet usage is also related to feeling more guilty. So no, watching cat videos isn't absolutely fantastic, because you need to get your job done. But before you close your browser or the YouTube app, you might want to consider to perhaps press the like button, and maybe if you want to, you can also subscribe and press the notification a new video. And
that is it. Let's jump into this other video that we've got here.
Welcome to Pure Serenity. Cute pet videos, I know you do. Whenever I'm feeling down or depressed, I find myself across some kind of animal video that takes me away on a blissful journey of giggles, loving awes, and multiple sessions of crying over how cute these animals are. Oh, they're just so adorable.
see you guys.
Oh shit.
But the point is, we love watching these kind of videos. And not just cat dog videos, but videos of all kinds involving our friendly animal pals. Reptiles, fish, this thing. Oh, it's so cute. So the question here is, why do we find ourselves addicted, or at least find enjoyment out of watching these kinds of videos? Well, let's dive deeper into this question, shall we?
Yeah, I mean, it is, the obvious one is a boosting your mood, okay, especially if you are stressed out, especially if you are feeling down in the dumps, okay. It will alleviate any type of depression, right? Momentarily, it will make you feel better, okay, because, you know, a dog or a cat is in its life purpose. A dog and a cat is being authentic, and we respond well to authenticity. We respond well to people who are being themselves, okay, because when somebody is being themselves, it is, you know, you feel more relaxed and at ease, because you know that you can trust that person, okay, that person. You know, I mean, also that you can trust that animal, right? And animals are trustworthy, because an animal is going to be an animal. A lion is going to be a lion, okay, which is a dangerous animal, okay, you know, and you're not going to really you know, be around the fucking lion, are you, right? Whereas a cat or a dog has been domesticated, right? It's safe for humans to be around them, and you know, you can let your guard down, you can relax around your pet, and it gives you a sense of well-being and a sense of trust in a world where trust is harder and harder to come by.
Alright, so let's be real. When we watch cute animal videos like these, we're pretty much setting off small bursts of dopamine in our brain, causing us to feel great. I mean, who doesn't after watching our cute little friends doing random things, thus distracting us from our sad, depressed lives? Like, honestly, who can watch something like this and not feel a little bit better after having a not-so-great day? Along with
Yeah, I mean, look, a cat's just being funny, right? Like it's not even trying to be funny. It's just funny because it's being authentic. Okay, it is going for food. It's sticking its head into plastic bags, and acting silly, acting funny. And when somebody is being true to the nature, it makes you laugh. It makes you smile. It brings joy into your life.
watching these kind of cute animal videos, we find ourselves a nice way to de-stress a bit. Which, by the way, is a great idea if you're ever feeling down or even frustrated over something. Just pop on an animal video and you'll be feeling finer than red wine. Ah, yeah. When it comes to our furry feline companions, we can't ever help but be entertained by their constant curiosity because, well, they don't ever really seem to care that they're being filmed. Yeah, sure, they don't understand what pointing a camera at them is doing.
Especially in the modern world where everybody's got a smartphone, everybody, is recording everything around them, it seems, okay, where people are kind of, acting fake for the camera, okay, in case they are recorded, right? Somebody sticks a camera on, right? Like they're having fun, but they bring out a camera to take a picture, then they start posing, right? Like being really serious, okay, because you don't want to look silly. You don't want to look like you are acting a fool, right? Whereas a cat doesn't have a sense of this. Okay, a dog doesn't really care how it appears, how it looks, right? It is going to do whatever it feels like, right? So again, a cat or a dog is not being fake, unlike humans who are, especially on Instagram, they are curating a persona, they're curating a image that to seem more wealthy, to seem more sexier, to seem like they are of higher status, that they are better than you, right? That is what these social media platforms are all about. But when we come across a pet, a cat, an animal, a dog, right, we feel a sense of trust because we know for a fact that that animal at least isn't bullshitting us, okay? But I've also seen many people make these AI films, AI videos of cats and dogs. Okay, so that is going to kind of ruin this for everybody, right? AI is going to ruin the experience of authenticity. Creating these hyper cute videos of dogs and cats, which many people will kind of replace watching the real thing, which is a sad state of affairs. Okay, AI is going to really fuck up the future.
But they literally just don't care at it regardless of it doing something or not. Pointing a camera at a dog will sometimes, make them go crazy. But with a cat, you just set the camera up and wait for the perfect moment for that cat's curiosity to peak. This element of surprise, however, does certainly speak for all animals, as it's another reason why we love to watch videos of them so much. We never really know what we'll film when it involves cats, dogs, or any animals, really. Now, to put cat-dog videos to the test, I am going to get my associate here, Jordan, to watch a cat video and a dog video, and he's going to compare them and see how he feels. But first, let us anger the Jordank with a casual slap to the face.
Wait, what?
Ow! What?
Okay, let's jump into this other video. This is a video describing the psychology of cat and dog lovers. So this is not about cat and dog videos. It's just about the people who own who own pets and their psychology behind it.
There's a question people treat like small talk, but really, it isn't small at all. Are you a dog person or a cat person? It sounds harmless, like asking someone their favorite movie. But watch what happens when you ask it. People answer too fast, too confidently, too personally. Almost like you didn't ask about animals, You asked about them, their temperament.
Yeah, for many people, cat or dogs are also a extension of their personality, a part of their personality. It is a reflection of who they are. Okay, if somebody is more friendly and outgoing, they're going to get like that type of dog, right? If somebody's more vicious and feels that they need protection, they're going to get a guard dog, right? So these animals, for a lot of people, are also a part of them, an extension of them. They really see themselves in their pets.
Their emotional wiring, the way they move through the world. And maybe that's exactly what you did. Most people think their preference for dogs or cats is just taste. They grew up with one. They like the vibe. End of story. But psychologists keep finding the same pattern over and over. The pet you choose reflects something deeper. Something you didn't consciously pick. Something in the architecture of your mind.
I mean, from one angle, you can look at it that is something spiritual, okay? That it is something that is part of your soul to have such an animal in your life, okay? For you to, have a total, deep connection with this animal, where you have this absolute unconditional affection, unconditional love from an animal, and you vice versa, giving that affection back to an animal. Okay. For many people, it teaches them to heal. For many people, it teaches them to trust again. For many people, it teaches them to communicate better with other people. Okay. I mean, how much time do we spend just overthinking things, being inside your head? Okay. Just really ruminating and going over things inside your brain. When an animal like a dog or a cat comes along and you have to take care of it, you have to give it attention, you have to give it love, it takes you out of your own headspace. Okay, it stops you overthinking, and it puts you in a place of you know um having to put yourself second in order for you to take care of this animal, right? Which is a great thing for many people, especially in a world where many people are more isolated, many people are more depressed, many people are feeling lonely, that they have and get to share and have this human experience and feel these really, really important emotions. Okay, it really um you know heals a part of their soul. It fulfills a part of their soul that needs feeling.
The research on this is ridiculous in how consistent it is. Thousands of people tested across different studies, and the same results keep repeating. Dog people and cat people don't just choose different animals. They live in different psychological climates. And the moment you look closely, it becomes obvious why each side feels right in their bones. Let's start where all of this actually begins. Before the adoption forms, before the food bowls, before the first cuddle or the first scratch. It begins with attraction. Not romantic attraction, psychological attraction, the pull we feel toward things that match our internal rhythm. You don't just walk into a shelter, look at.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the time when people pick their dogs or people, are around animals, their thinking part of the brain kind of goes away, because for a fact that dog isn't thinking logically. A dog is thinking through its emotions. It's thinking through its feelings, how it feels towards you, how it feels around its environment. If a dog feels unsafe, it's going to be more hostile. If a dog feels, calm and in a peaceful setting, it's going to be more open to embracing and exploring other people. Okay, and be willing to form a connection, right? And many people, when they are around animals, right, their logical part kind of takes a back seat, and they are able to feel more emotions related towards the animal. Okay, and they get to explore that part of themselves, right? Especially if you are somebody who works a very technical job. In your career, you are always you know overthinking things, stressed out about what you're going to do, how things are going to work out. Okay, future projecting. it is nice to just kind of relax and explore your emotions, to explore your feelings, which is a big must for many people. Okay, if we kind of did that more, many more humans will be empathetic towards one another. Okay, we would be able to build real communities with one another. Okay, we'll be able to really understand each other more. Okay, but humans tend to not do that, which is why we transfer those feelings towards animals.
Both species and flip a coin. Your mind gravitates to the creature that feels like a reflection of your nervous system, the one whose pace feels like a home you already know how to.
I mean, how many times have you heard about dog owners looking like their dog, right, or vice versa? There is a kindred spirit within dogs and their pets, dogs and the owners, cats and their owners. It is a extension and reflection of oneself. Okay, which is what we're all striving for. We are all looking for connection.
Live inside. People who choose dogs are usually drawn to clarity, directness, predictability. A creature that
They don't want to be bullshitted by the dog or the pet, how they feel like they are bullshitted by humans, right? With a human, there's always an agenda, there's always a hidden story. Where with a dog, okay, with a cat, you are going to get it. It's telling you the truth. Okay, you get a version of honesty which you just cannot find within human connection.
gives you the whole emotional download without making you guess. A dog tells you everything with its body. Excitement, worry, boredom.
That's the key there, where he just said it tells you everything with its body, right? So it doesn't bullshit you, right? Even though think about it, right? Humans and animals don't speak the same language, okay? But we feel more at home around animals, okay? You know, dog owners feel more at peace with their pet. Okay, why is that? Okay, because it's not about the words, it's not about communicating, it's about sharing a feeling, it's about sharing and caring and exchanging empathy towards one another. Okay, and being harmonious with with the people around you, with the animals around you. Because more often than not, if even though words aren't communicated between a dog and a human, that soul connection that you have, the feeling towards each other, is enough to alleviate any stresses, to build a connection which is more honest than anything that humans can form with words.
Devotion.
And especially in an age where we are moving, more online, okay, where the governments want you locked up inside your house, where, we are moving towards a virtual reality instead of living in the real world. You know, Everything, all the communications is via words and video, right? But we don't share the same soul connection with other people anymore. Okay, this is why I encourage you to become a subject matter expert, so that you can be seen as a point of authority, so that the people that you are supposed to meet, the people who you are supposed to spend time with, will reach out to you. Okay, and then you can build these real life connections with humans all across the globe. Okay, and then you can take them and invite them to live within your kingdom, because you are the leader of the movement, because you are the person who is in charge. And if you think, like, if it's not going to be you, who the fuck is it going to be? Okay, like, you have to look at yourself, you have to really understand, and ask yourself this question, like, are you a good person? Do you want the best for people? Okay, then those people that you care about, the people that you want to look after, right? Okay, they need a leader, they need somebody to be bold enough to help them out of their predicament, okay, and lead them to a better world, a freer world, a world where they can have real life human connections. Okay, and if you feel that this is something that you want, okay, but nobody's going to fucking make the move. All right, many people are too scared, many people have too many fears inside their head, inside their heart, which is why we need a hero. We need people to step forward, to take on the brunt of the responsibility, to form nations, to build kingdoms. Okay, but as a reward, okay, if you were ever ambitious, if you always thought that you're supposed to do something great, as a reward, you will be crowned king. Okay, that is what we're doing here. We are becoming leaders, we are becoming kings, we are building nations, because we are going to rule the world.
Nothing is hidden. Nothing is withheld. And for some people, that's the kind of connection that makes sense. People who choose cats are drawn to something else entirely. Not confusion, but depth. They're comfortable with the unspoken, the subtle, the kind of connection you earn, not the kind that launches itself into your arms. They don't mind stillness. They don't mind taking time to learn someone's internal map. This isn't random preference, it's psychological symmetry, and the research data backs it up, especially the big 5 personality traits. Dog lovers tend to score higher on extroversion, agreeableness, and conscientiousness, meaning they lean towards sociability, warmth, consistency, structure. They often enjoy being around people more than being alone. They manage tasks with more discipline. They respond to the world with a kind of straightforwardness that fits the emotional clarity of a dog.
And for many people, it is a way for them to share that burden, okay? Instead of, going through the world and the pains of the world by themselves, okay? They get to at least feel like, there is somebody on alongside them on that journey, okay? Which is why they say that a dog is a man's best friend, okay? Because the dog will be there by your side no matter what, okay? Because it loves you unconditionally, okay? It sees you as its parent, it sees you as part of its family, okay? It will truly protect you for your life, for the rest of your life.
Multiple studies have found the same thing. Dog people consistently describe themselves as people-oriented, outgoing, and energized by social contact, which is why they're far more likely to refer to themselves as people persons.
Let's jump into this video. This is a video about about the rise in pet influencers. Okay, so I thought it would be quite interesting to look
For
at.
a friend at home, you may want to consider turning them into a pet fluencer. It's a popular.
So this is obviously, you've probably seen it yourself on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube. Many people launch channels and pages dedicated to their pet, and recording every funny thing that their pet does. And these get millions of followers, thousands of likes, thousands of views. Are these people exploiting their pet? Is that way? I mean, because these people also generating a lot of fucking money doing it, right? Again, we do not shame anybody the way that they make their money, but you have to kind of ask the ethicalness of are they abusing and exploiting their animal?
Side hustle that's gaining traction all over social media, where people show off their cute and their funny videos of their dogs, cats, even turtles.
In some cases, these pet accounts have more followers than their owners do, and they earn enough money to make a full-time job. Here's
why do these animal pages get so many followers? Why do they get so many views? It's because they, broadcast a sense of honesty. They tell you the truth, okay? Animals do not lie to you, right? They are truly being themselves, okay? And we as humans, we really enjoy things that are authentic, things, people or animals who are being themselves, okay? And animals will never lie to you, okay? And animals will never, not be what go against its nature, okay? A cat's going to be a cat, a dog's going to be a dog, okay? And we find a sense of peace with that, okay? We find it very refreshing to be a thing around something that is totally honest and not bullshitting us.
how it all works. Not full-time.
When people see me, they say, OMG, I want one.
Fig the tortoise has more than 3 million followers across Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
I've got Fig with me today.
While he's the star, 5 cats, along with a Dutch Shepherd and a Euromastix lizard, make up the menagerie for the account Through the Leaves, earning enough money to keep Chastity Hobbs and her husband employed full-time since 2022.
I mean, think about that. You know what I mean? Like, just if you record your animal, your pet, okay, and you post those videos online, okay, that you can give up your fucking job, right, and live, for free in essence, okay, just by editing the videos and putting that content online, right? This is how people are making money, okay? It's easier than ever, okay? But you need to be in your life purpose, okay? You need to be doing something that you truly love, right? And obviously this lady here, she truly loves her animals, she loves her pets, okay? And, in one way, that is her life purpose, to take care of these animals, okay? She is the mother to these animals, okay? mother to the dogs, mother to the cats, mother to the turtle. And that is why she's here. She's supposed to look after them, and now she found a way to make money to support herself and her husband, and her animals, to live the best life possible. Okay, this is what you need to do. You need to be in your life purpose. Okay, you need to be honest with yourself, and go down the route of the thing that you are supposed to do. Be in your zone of genius. Okay, so that you can be seen as a subject matter expert. Okay, so that you can make the most money that you can, in order for you to take care of the people around you, the people that you love. Okay, and to be seen as a leader that the world needs. This is why we are becoming kings. This is why we are building nations. Okay, we are going to take over the world, because the world needs new leaders. Okay, this is what we're all about. I want you to join me. If you ever thought that you were supposed to be the hero in the film, if you ever thought that you were supposed to do something great in your life, okay, this is your moment where you get to get up and decide to be the hero. Okay, decide to be counted, right? Go on the hero's journey, defeat the enemies, and reap the rewards.
Last year we made around 400,000.
Wow.
I mean, $400,000 just by posting animal fucking content. Do you get what I mean? Like, it is absolutely out of control. It's absolutely crazy. This is how the world is going. Okay, you need to be somebody online to be seen as a point of authority. Okay, this is why it is time for you to become somebody who at least puts out some sort of content online. Okay, so that you can find the like-minded people that you're supposed to spend time with. This is the reason I'm doing this channel here. I'm not here to build a channel that makes me money. I'm looking for like-minded people. Okay, I'm looking for the people who watch me and my content, and decide that, okay, this is a guy I want to hear more from. Okay, this is a guy I would like to go for a beer with. Okay, this is a guy that I would like to go for dinner with, right? Somebody who I want to sit down and share ideas. Okay, share problems. Okay, solve problems with one another, right? We are going to become the new rulers of the world, right? And I'm looking for people who think similar to me, believe, have the similar sort of types of beliefs that I have similar sort of values, so that we can form new plans to take over the world, so that we can be the new ruling elite of the world. Okay, because we will be the new heroes, the heroes that the world need. Okay, we will take the world to a new and better place.
Really, really surprised me.
Why did you decide to share with folks how much you're earning as a pet influencer?
Well, when I was a vet assistant, I had one cat at the time.
So yeah, so she was already a vet. Okay, so she loves animals. This is, she studies about animals. So this is her zone of genius. Okay, this is her being an expert at the thing that she's supposed to be an expert at, right? She is a subject matter expert in animals, in her pets, right? And it's only natural that she puts out content in that, in her life purpose, in the thing that she's an expert at, right? Because we are all moving to an online world. Okay, whether you like it or not. Okay, that is where we are headed, right? More and more people are going online. More and more people will only be able to connect via the internet, and it is important that you have some type of online presence. It is important that you are seen as somebody online, so that you have a following, so that you can distinguish yourself from the masses, the anonymous people online. Okay, because that is where the money is going. Okay, it trickles up. Okay, that is why we present ourselves as expert, as points of authority, so that we can receive the most money, have the biggest reach. And once we have all that, we will launch our rule over the world. Okay, we will establish nations, and we will become the kings of the world.
And I could barely afford his vet bills when he got sick. So when I got into this and realized just the potential that there is to earn, and now I can rescue more animals.
Hobbs, who started her career as a
Yeah, I mean, she's using her wealth, the money that she's making from posting this content, to help other animals, okay, to rescue more animals, to spend and save and give a good life to more and more animals. Okay, that is what she is doing. That is what she is meant to do, and we applaud her for it.
vet assistant, then a travel blogger, says it's not about the money.
My whole mission is just to help educate people on proper care for, exotic pets, normal, regular cats.
Her mission is just to make sure these animals, are taken care of, are very well looked after. But the fact that she makes $400,000 is also nice, isn't it? Okay. At least be honest, she is treating herself also.
Dogs.
And special needs pets too. Her 3 blind cats who lost their sight to disease as kittens.
I mean, that's cute, isn't it? I mean, she's looking after blind cats. So she is putting her money towards causes that really need
Sat
attention.
in a shelter for 3 years before she adopted them.
People should adopt more special needs pets. They're really no different than any other cat.
Globally, there were about 3.5 million active petfluencer accounts as of January of 2025.
Yeah, I mean, so this is, not even there's a few accounts doing this. There's 3.5 million people posting about their pets online that are considered pet influencers.
According to Sprout Social. But unlike fashion or beauty content, posting about your pets requires patience.
How many hours do you put into this each day or each week?
Typically, I'll spend about 2 or 3 hours in the morning doing all the pet chores. I make all of their food homemade. I usually work between like 4 and 5 hours a day, and then back to pet chores at the end of the day.
I mean, this is really the OnlyFans for fucking pets, isn't it? Only furs. Again, there's multiple ways of fucking making money online, right? Like, so many different avenues that you can explore. And it's not about, okay, how can I make money online? It's about finding the thing that you find most interesting, okay, and putting content out about that, okay, and then building a reputation, okay, to the point of where you're seen as a point of authority, okay, building up your expertise, diving deep into the knowledge within your life purpose, within the thing that you find most interesting. And just like this woman did, okay, she found interest in animals. She became a vet. She takes care of sick animals, special needs animals, and then she just posts that. She films it and then just posts it online, and then builds a following and ends up making $400,000 every single year.
That content has always been popular online, according to Sulafa Zadani, who studies global internet culture.
Even from the 90s, the earliest memes had like hamsters and cats. We had the Can I Has Cheeseburger and Lolcats memes. We had Nyan Cat in the 2010s and Grumpy Cat, God rest his soul.
She applauds creators who try to be transparent with their audiences about how and why they make their content.
The transparency, I think, is very informative.
Again, the transparency is all about authenticity, okay? Just like we crave authenticity from the people that we're around, which is why we are attracted to animals, because they give us that authenticity and transparency, okay? They are totally honest and upfront with us. Again, from each other, like we need honesty and transparency with one another, okay? You need to find the right people who you can trust and be transparent with, right? Which is why I am, building the Amichis, finding 100 kings, 100 people to build 100 kingdoms with, people who you can really trust, people who you can be yourself around, okay? People who you can share ideas with, people who will give you honest feedback, people who have your back, okay? When things get tough, when the going gets rough, okay, that will be there for you to stand side by side with you, shoulder to shoulder, and ready to fight the wars that will be happening soon, the foes that we will be fighting on all fronts, okay? And that is why we are raising armies, we are building nations, we will be victorious because we are the ones who will win.
And frankly, humbling sometimes, because while we're seeing these huge numbers that might be shocking to some of us, once we see the amount of work that goes into it, I think it begins to also make sense.
What are you doing up here? Don't ignore me.
What do you think it is about your videos that attracts followers? People love French bulldogs.
Ali Mortensen started her account, French Bulldog Behavior, back in 2023. She says she made about $6,000 last year from sponsored posts, making ads for brands, and commissions from linking to their products on Amazon.
They can pay you anywhere between $300 per post to $1,000 per post. It really depends on your engagement.
Money talks. Money talks.
Again, don't just get a fucking animal and think, okay, yeah, this is a great way for you to make money, right? It has to be something that you care about, okay? It has to be your life purpose. And the only way that you can figure that out is, you have to have a real think about, what are you good at? Okay, what are the things that you're naturally good at? What are the things that you can do all day, without getting tired, without, getting bored, right? And you need to double down on it, okay? You need to become an expert at the thing that you are supposed to do, these things that you are most interested in. And that is how you become a subject matter expert. That is how you will raise armies. That is how you will be crowned a king.
While she doesn't plan to quit her full-time job as an aerospace engineer, Mortensen says petfluencing allows her to help dog owners.
A lot of people aren't educated prior to becoming Frenchie owners. So providing a lot of content that was educational about how to care for your Frenchie and provide them the best life was really where I started seeing a ton of traction and engagement on my videos.
Next up for Hobbs, launching pet enrichment products like this cat puzzle toy.
What is it that you hope these accounts do for the
Yeah, I mean, it's a great way for you to then launch your own product line. It's a great way for you to make money and become a business person as well, right? Like, that you need to not understand marketing, you need to understand communication, you need to understand accounting, finance, all these things, right? Like, you have to become a one-stop shop business entrepreneur by being in your life purpose, okay? But that is the fun of it all. That is the journey that you will go on. That is something that you will be able to enjoy, okay? But I thought this video this was an interesting take. Okay, this was something different than what I usually do, and it was a way for us to explore again the philosophies and views that I explore on my channel. Right, again, the messaging is the same. We are looking for 100 people, 100 kings to start 100 kingdoms with, because the world needs better leaders. The world needs more heroes. I'm sending out the bat signal. Okay, I'm assembling the Avengers to bring about like-minded people, to bring about people that I want to spend my time with. Okay, and like this video showed us, okay, you can be in your life purpose, and it can be anything, absolutely anything, right? Because you need to truly care about it. You need to be an expert at it, and that is what we do here. We will build you up to become a subject matter expert, okay, to build a kingdom, to be seen as a king, so that you can make money, so that you can take care of the people that you care about and love, okay, so that we can live a life of true freedom. That is what we are all about. That is what we're doing, okay? And because we are the ones going for it, because we have that first move advantage, it is only a matter of time before we win, right? But that is it for today. I thought that was a fun video. Okay, it was great watching these cats and dogs. And if you are feeling lonely, if you are somebody who is very not able to trust humans anymore, it is a great thing to have a pet. Okay, and if you ever feel depressed, if you even feel stressed out, watch a cat video, a dog video. Okay, it will alleviate some of that stress. It will make you feel more relaxed. Okay, it will release oxytocin and serotonin in your body, so that you will feel more at peace with the world. But that is it for today. Thank you very much, and I will see you tomorrow.